Now we're going to start tonight with a developing story. San Antonio police are looking for a suspect they say is armed and dangerous at a neighborhood just east of downtown.
This after a drive-by shooting. The night team's John Paul Barajas is there on the corner of Gevers and Gulf, where a quadrant has been set up, our understanding. John Paul, what is going on out there right now?
Steve, Stephanie, right now SAPD is using a specialized unit to search a blocked off area of this neighborhood. They're looking for one suspect. Two suspects have already been arrested. Behind me, we have an EMS unit on standby. We have officers on standby. Lots of caution tape. You can hear SAPD helicopters flying up above. Now, they want to make sure everyone in this area stays inside because, as mentioned, this suspect they are looking for is considered armed and dangerous. Now, Public Information Officer Washington Moscoso tells us this all started because undercover officers with their gang unit were in the area when three suspects shot at a building in a drive-by. Moscoso didn't know where exactly that happened, but believes the intended target was an apartment complex. He does not know if anyone was inside or was injured, but he says there is no indication of any injuries. He adds when the undercover officers saw the shooting, they began tailing the suspects.
The vehicle stopped. The occupants got out of the vehicle and started shooting. They shot towards our plainclothes officers, and they did hit the vehicle that they were driving. Our undercover unmarked vehicle did get gunfire. None of our officers were injured.
Now, the Public Information Officer, Moscoso, tells us he's not sure how large this quadrant of this area is. He does say it is a large area that they're searching. He says the two suspects they have arrested were arrested inside the blocked off area, each without incident. As to the last suspect they're still looking for, again, we're going to stress this to you, is considered armed and dangerous. They have not been able to locate him. They're trying to do so. They don't know how long that'll take. They say they will be out here for the majority of the night looking to do so. They ask everyone to stay inside, and if you see something, to please report it to them. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. Now to scenes of panic. Food court chaos at one of San Antonio's busiest shopping spots. This is new video from a viewer of the scene inside North Star Mall on Sunday after a deadly shooting. Police say 33-year-old Adam Glass killed, quote, in cold blood while he was getting a haircut inside the mall. Officers are still looking for the suspects in that shooting tonight.
Now looking ahead after a violent weekend, a community group that works to make San Antonio safer is worried that we're going to see more shootings just like those this summer.
Yeah, so a place called Big Mama's Safe House wants all of us to step up to make San Antonio safer. The night team's Lee Waldman reports.
Summer is just beginning, and the city is not prepared, hasn't prepared itself for the influx of the violence that normally happens during the summer months.
A weekend of gun violence left 4 dead, 7 more hurt, and many more shaken in shootings from Friday to Sunday. Betty Price, CEO of Big Mama's Safe House on the east side, says it's not over.
San Antonio deserves better.
To Price, better means more. The city gave Big Mama's Safe House $100,000 for its community programs aimed at cutting down on gun violence. While grateful, Price thinks it's still not enough. He says we cannot just rely on police to stop what one SAPD sergeant called a gun violence epidemic this weekend.
The biggest thing is gun violence, and we have an answer for it, and that's the community violence interrupters.
Those community violence interrupters from Big Mama's Safe House are everyday men and women with boots on the ground, stepping in to stop violence before it happens.
We come from the community, and we know who are the high-risk perpetrators of gun violence, and we're building relationships with them.
Between Friday and Sunday, police say there were 3 targeted shootings, but some of the victims were not the intended targets.
Matter of fact, the intended target in these shootings was not the one that most suffered.
Price says these kinds of heartbreaking realities will keep happening unless more is done to stop the gun violence in its tracks.
We're going to have a backlash of this violence before we can get ahead of it. But we're doing everything that we can to get ahead of it and to stop it.
We took a look at the number of homicides and assaults according to SAPD data from January to April this year and last year. Homicides went up from 55 to 60 from 2022 to 2023, while assaults dropped from 11,343 to 9,476. Now, these numbers are not broken down by shootings, versus stabbings or other violent crimes. We here at KSAT 12 News have been doing our own tracking. Since May 22nd, we've covered nearly 20 shootings between then and now. Back to you.
And that's not even a month, Lee.
Not even a month, just a couple weeks.
Thank you. Well, Bexar County doing something to promote gun safety. The Commissioner's Court approved giving 4,000 portable handgun safes and 1,000 cable locks to people in Bexar County for free. It's part of a gun safety for Bexar initiative in partnership with University Health. One household can get a safe and a gun lock. You need to register in advance. We have that link along with all the pickup locations posted for you right now on KSAT.com.
Now we're waiting for answers from Governor Greg Abbott and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis after the Bexar County Sheriff's Office filed a criminal case over the 49 migrants that were flown out of San Antonio to Massachusetts last year.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office isn't saying who the suspect or suspects are, only saying the case involves several counts of unlawful restraint, which are misdemeanors and felonies. You might remember back to September, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, now a presidential candidate, took credit for sending the planes from Texas to Massachusetts. He said it was part of Florida's program to relocate migrants to a, quote, sanctuary destination, end quote. Those migrants wound up in Martha's Vineyard.
Now, right now, the Bexar County District Attorney's Office is reviewing the case. We emailed Governor Abbott's office about 3 hours ago asking if the governor could comment on this situation, but we haven't heard back.
Our sister station WKMG in Orlando also waiting to hear back from Governor DeSantis's office. And meantime, Congressman Joaquin Castro releasing a statement today saying, quote, Governor DeSantis used fraud and deception to lure vulnerable people from San Antonio and dump them in a remote island community that scrambled to care for them. This was human trafficking, and the people who perpetrated this crime must be held responsible. End quote.
Now, just another layer to this. Here's something else. Migrants still being flown out of Texas. Today, 16 migrants arrived in Sacramento, California.
State officials there say the migrants are from Venezuela and Colombia, but they were flown from the Texas border to New Mexico, then to California's capital. California's Attorney General wants to see if any laws were broken. Investigators don't know exactly who sent the group to California, but California's AG thinks Florida may have been involved.
We think that because there's documents that were given to the migrants to sign with the name of the state of Florida on it. It's their voluntary transportation program. It's the same program that was used in Martha's Vineyard.
Now, according to ABC News, the migrants are supposed to appear in court soon. A nonprofit in Sacramento is helping them with food, medical, and legal services. Back here at home, Election Day for the city's runoff races is this weekend, and you have until tomorrow if you want to vote early. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. through 8 p.m. Again, Election Day is this Saturday, June 10th. That's when we're going to find out who is going to represent Districts 1 and 7 right here in San Antonio.
And looking ahead to next year, former Vice President Mike Pence officially joining the 2024 presidential race. According to the Federal Election Commission, he filed the paperwork today for his bid for the Republican nomination. Pence set to formally announce his candidacy on Wednesday. That sets up a potential clash with his former boss, Donald Trump. The two had a falling out after the January 6th riot at the Capitol. More than 20 pounds. That's how much methamphetamine was seized during a traffic stop. It happened on Friday in New Braunfels. Police there say these two San Antonio men were arrested after that seizure. Alfonso Villarreal and Rodney Fernandez were both taken to the Comal County Jail. One of the suspects has since bonded out, but officers say more charges could be coming. By the way, the street value of the meth that was seized, more than $100,000.
The rain has come to an end. The showers have fizzled out. We lost the daytime heating and we lost the showers, but this is a look at where we did get some rain. We'll have a closer look at this in a little bit, take a look at some of the rainfall totals, but all the showers as of now have come to an end. We do have some wonderful KSAT Connect photos to share before, during, and after the storms. And we'll talk about our next chance of storms in just a bit.
Adam, thank you. Now we want to talk about jobs. The latest jobs report shows a strong labor market across the country, across Texas, and also our community.
And despite potential problems like interest rates and inflation, local numbers show the strongest labor force we have had in years. Locally, unemployment at 3.4%, lower than the state's 3.7%. And job creation surpasses pre-pandemic levels with 43,000 new jobs created year over year. Today was the day the U.S. was set to run out of money to pay its debts if lawmakers hadn't reached a deal late last week. Well, our latest episode of KSAT Explains breaks down the purpose of the debt ceiling, where it came from, why it's not the same as a spending limit. Answers a lot of those questions. You can watch it right now on KSAT.com and our KSAT YouTube page.
Coming up, an in-air pursuit that caused a sonic boom that shook our nation's capital. Tonight, we know about the deadly plane crash that has lots of people asking questions. Tonight, we're learning more about the victims on board a business plane that crashed up in Virginia. And this was after it flew over some of the most secure airspace in the country.
Officials say fighter jets trying to catch up with that plane caused a sonic boom, startling people across the nation's capital and the surrounding area.
ABC's Melissa Adan has the latest on the victims and the investigation.
A mother and her 2-year-old daughter among those killed after a small Cessna jet crashed into a Virginia mountainside on Sunday. Family members mourning the loss of Adina Azarian, a prominent New York real estate agent, her 2-year-old daughter Aria, and her nanny. The pilot also killed. White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby addressing the tragedy.
I do want to express our deepest condolences to the family members, the loved ones of those who died in that crash.
Across the nation's capital, a loud sound was heard rocking homes and terrifying residents.
We thought it was probably an earthquake.
Authorities explaining the sound. A sonic boom came from one of the F-16 fighter jets, breaking the sound barrier after rocketing to supersonic speeds. The Cessna jet was traveling from Tennessee, heading to New York's Long Island, but less than 15 minutes after takeoff, the FAA says they lost contact with the pilot. The plane likely on autopilot, turning around and heading back over the busy New York City airspace towards D.C. It would take 90 minutes before the military launched those F-16s, intercepting it about 20 miles northeast of Washington's Reagan National Airport, where it tried to get the pilot's attention. The pilot reportedly slumped over. NTSB investigators say the wreckage is very remote and difficult to access. They have not confirmed if this plane had a black box that could help them determine what exactly went wrong. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Back here at home, we want to take a view outside. This is right near our airport, 71 degrees. A lot calmer, certainly, than we had earlier today. And Adam, you got flooded with a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, a bunch of great photos came in. I love our KSAT viewers. They share such wonderful snapshots of what y'all see out there. And I'm going to start with some of these, then we'll get into how much rain fell and where, and our next opportunity for some showers. But check this out. We had a lot of rain shafts out there today. This is a good example off in the distance. You see that vertical shaft? That's the rain coming down hard in an isolated location. You've got lightning seen from the 22nd floor at the Hilton. I love this. This sums it up today. These sun showers, a mixture of big fat tropical raindrops and sunshine, and even a little bit of hail. I believe this was on the north or northwest side of town from the thunderstorm that flared up there around 6:37 p.m. And then in Seguin, on the backside of it, when you have these downpours with the low angle sun, as the sun drops in the sky, you often get rainbows. Good rainbow making weather, double rainbows and all. Check out these shots near sunset. See that lightning right there in the center of the screen? Yeah, captured that nicely. And more lucky airline passengers getting to enjoy another spectacular sunset. And what a good sunset it was, even there in Hallettsville, nice pink and orange off in the sky. You look at the radar currently, nothing left out there right now. We did see a few lightning flashes off in the distance down to the south if you were outside even just an hour ago, but that thunderstorm has since fizzled out. Now, everywhere you see the blue, green, or yellow on this screen, anything but gray, that's where we had the showers today. And most of it, the heaviest rain was actually east of town. These yellow south of Gonzales, that's a minimum of 2 inches of rain when you see the yellow. The green color is a minimum of half an inch. You go from New Berlin to Zool, St. Hedwig, Lavernia, all over an inch of rain, estimated by the Doppler radar. Near Lackland, about 9/10 of an inch in one little spot there. Near Mission San Jose, 9/10 of an inch. So just about an inch. And what's interesting here is this is what really explains everything. You go from, let's see, just east of I-37 on the southeast side here, near Dollarhide Avenue, you go 2.6 miles west, you go from absolutely zero rain to 0.9 inches, just over a matter of 2.6 miles. That's the nature of these pop-up downpours. Even here, northwest side of town, UTSA, the Rim, all the way down to Marshall High School Medical Center area, about a half an inch, and we did see some hail in that area as well. All right, let's take a look at a big picture, and we actually have this little counterclockwise swirl up above us, a weak upper level disturbance, but enough to stir things up, and I think it's going to do so again tomorrow. 90 degrees our high temperature today, the average being 91, and we're going to be a little below that the next few days, but we are going to turn up the heat a little bit more later on this week and into the upcoming weekend. Look at temperatures. 85 still in Cotulla, but 68 in Kerrville, 69 Gonzales. Areas that got the rain definitely cooled off more significantly and more quickly than areas that didn't. The nature of it, too, where you get the wide temperature swings with that rain moving through. 69 Port SA, 70 in Converse, 72 officially at the airport. And we'll start the day tomorrow at 68 degrees at 7 a.m. Then we're up to 87 for the high temperature. So similar to today, mixture of sun and clouds and a 30% chance. So some of those isolated to widely separated pop-up downpours with a little bit of lightning and thunder. Del Rio tomorrow, 91. Carrizo Springs and Crystal City making it to 90. Meanwhile, Gonzales, 87. Timberwood Park tomorrow, 85 for your high temperature. And I do think even into Wednesday, we'll have some pop-up afternoon and early evening showers here and there. But then we get into Thursday and Friday, and a lot of sunshine really then. We just have to watch for the potential of thunderstorm leftovers from West Texas Friday night. But look at those highs, mid-90s on Friday, 95. That would be the warmest we've been so far this year.
You've been enjoying those 80s, and all right, here we go.
And thanks for all the photos. Wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
All right, you know, you and I have had this debate.
Yes.
How tall do we say this guy is? I say 7'5".
Okay, so we've talked in the sports department about this as well. Where you see 7'2", 7'3", all the way up to 7'5". So just how tall is Wembanyama? Well, he's going to answer that question for us coming up here in just a few moments. Plus, in high school baseball, Bernie Champion is getting ready for the state semis. Coming up.
Nicola, what was sort of the mood when you guys got in there, knowing that effort was kind of one of the main issues? What was sort of the mood when you all huddled up in there?
I don't know. Can I not answer on this question? Yeah, I don't know.
Mike, right here in the front. All right, I guess when you're a two-time NBA MVP like Nikola Jokic, you don't have to answer all the questions in big board sports. French phenom and future NBA player Victor Wembanyama led his Metropolitans 92 to the LNB Pro A Finals in France, beating Asvel in Game 4 71-69 to claim the series 3-1. And Wemby held a block party in that game, swatting away 5 shots, showing he's more than just a scorer. So online, he's listed anywhere from 7'2" to 7'5". So back during the NBA's regular season, he was asked to clear it up.
So back in France, we measure bare feet, and I'm 7'3" bare feet.
Okay, so when you put shoes on the court.
Yeah, I'm actually never measuring myself with shoes on, but it's got to be like 7'4" or 5", I guess.
That's with shoes on, Spriester, 7'3" without. So Wembanyama is now getting ready to face Monaco in the LNB Pro A Finals starting Saturday.
We're not worried about what anybody thinks. We're so focused in on what we do well and who we are as a group that at the end of the day, that's what we fall back on. Make or miss shots, we're going to be who we are because we're not worried about anybody else. It's how it's been all year long, and that's not going to change. So that's what I think it is. I think it's the I don't give a damn factor.
Jimmy Butler and the Heat don't care about the outside noise. Butler and the Heat beat the Nuggets 111-108 in Game 2 of the NBA Finals, tying the series at 1-1. Nuggets head coach Michael Malone chalked it up to his team's lack of effort.
Like I said, it was more discipline. It's defeating when you're giving up mistake after mistake, and it's not, them beating you. You're giving them open dunks or giving them open shots. So that's tough to come back from, and we just got to stay together and look ahead.
Murray missed a potential game-tying three to end the game, and I'm telling you what, he really had a good look. So games 3 and 4 will now go down in Miami on Wednesday and Friday night, and game 5 will shift back to Denver on Monday. All games tip at 7:30 and are live here on KSAT 12. It was a beautiful afternoon at Bernie Champion High School where the Chargers are getting ready to play Argyle in the UIL Class 5A state semifinals. Two of the best 5A teams around are closing in on a state championship. The Chargers got here by beating quality teams like Liberty Hill, Brackenridge, Smithson Valley, Corpus Christi, Ray, and Leander Rouse. Beating Argyle will not be easy at all, but the Chargers are feeling good.
I think we have some powerful momentum right now coming off that win against Rouse. That really made us feel like we could win this whole thing. Argyle is a tough team, but we know we can battle as much as they can. We can bring the fight as well, so I think we have very good momentum.
We just got to attack it the same. We got to start off hot, can't start off dead. Got to come out of the gates hot because this could be make or break our season. So we're going to we're going to attack it, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, really, we just kind of try and make it our advantage. That we play to our advantage is we just try and play as hard as we can. It's one game. That's all we got. So we're going to put all our energy, all of our effort into it and just do our best to get to state championship.
Here's the matchup. Argyle, Bernie Champion, Thursday night at 7 from Dell Diamond and Round Rock. The winner will advance to the 5A state final on Saturday. Bad news for the Texas Rangers and Jacob deGrom after the break. Houston Astros opened up a 4-game road stand at the Toronto Blue Jays today. Top of the first inning, Corey Julks crushes a grand slam 386 feet to left field to make it 6-0 Stros, his first big league slam. Houston scored 6 runs in the first inning. They never looked back, and they cruised to an 11-4 victory. And also in the AL West, the Rangers edged out the Cardinals 4-3. Speaking of, the Texas Rangers have transferred pitcher Jacob deGrom to the 60-day injured list, pushing back the return of the 2-time National League Cy Young Award winner until at least June 28th. He hasn't pitched since April 28th. An MRI the next day showed inflammation in his right elbow, and he was put on the 15-day IL. The Rangers signed deGrom to a $185 million 5-year contract last December, so he's played in 6 games this season, throwing just a total of 30 innings. In the NCAA D1 baseball regionals, TCU beat number 3 Arkansas 12-4, advancing to the Super Regionals for the first time in 6 years. And number 2 Florida shut out Texas Tech 6-0 to end the Red Raiders season. And Texas A&M is playing number 8 Stanford in an elimination game right now, and at last check, Stanford was up 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
A lot going on.
A lot busy day.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
All right, right now I want to take you back out live to our breaking news. San Antonio police just confirmed they are no longer searching for that 3rd suspect accused of shooting at officers tonight.
You're getting a live picture here near Dawson and Gevers on the east side. Officers say they started following the suspects after seeing them shoot toward a building right before shooting at police.
Now, SAPD says the officers did not fire back once they were fired upon. 2 of the 3 suspects are in custody. An officer at the scene told our photographer that they have not arrested that 3rd suspect yet. But again, we are told that they are calling off the search tonight. Adam.
All right, tomorrow afternoon and early evening, I think we'll have a few more pop-up showers and storms, but after sunset, those really fizzle out. Same thing with Wednesday, isolated in nature. Notice we're warming up. We'll be in the upper 80s next few days, but then mid-90s by Friday and holding tight there into the upcoming weekend as well.
All right, well, that does it for us here on the Night Beat. Don't forget that Good Morning San Antonio starts at 4:30.
Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.